We all know that the former actress and cable TV star Meghan Markle doesn't think too much about titles. She opinionated that, didn't she, on that worldwide interview with Oprah Winfrey. Oh yes. If you recall, she said basically, she was used to seeing celebrities all the time. It wasn't that impressive for her, for people with titles. And you can understand, I suppose, in some respects. She'd grown up, if you like, in the world of film and TV, so she'd met very famous people. But as we've said before, titles are really different over here in the United Kingdom, particularly titles associated with our wonderful British monarchy. Seemingly though, as we've said before, Harry and Meghan are very, very keen to make sure they clutch hold of whatever they can relating back to those royal titles. As ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of London. Nice to see you today. Yes, a rainy day in London town. Better than a foggy day in London town, of course, for those that remember those older songs. You know what it's like. I don't know about you, as I said before, I still wake up with a song in my head that's playing around all day. And I don't know whether you've subconsciously dreamt it or whether you've heard it a few days before and thought, oh, I remember that. I'll give it a listen. Are you like that? Do let me know, as I often say in the comments below. This story, as I say, is a strange one when you think, because Harry and Meghan simply trade on their Duke and Duchess titles, and we are hopeful over here that our brand new King, His Majesty King Charles III, will have a rethink about exactly how that's going to pan out for them in the future. That's not being negative, it's simply stating facts. The British public, the Commonwealth, decide exactly who they wish to be part of the British monarchy. We saw our late and wonderful monarch, Queen Elizabeth, strip her son, of course, Prince Andrew, of so many titles. It can be done, particularly if they feel they step out of line and indeed are damaging the monarchy. But it's interesting because, as we saw when Harry and Meghan had the birth of both their children, they quickly registered domain names and stuff like that. So clearly they had their eye on the ball moving forward. This could have been for self-protection, privacy, but more importantly, it could be the fact that in the very future they may wish to set up websites and all sorts of stuff regarding their children. But I've been told by a very good source that the reason why Meghan had this dramatic change of heart regarding titles was simply this. After much deliberation, she felt actually yes, this would be a good thing, not just for her, but for both her children, even though they decided to turn down the very kind gesture of the title of the Earl of Dumbarton for Archie Windsor. Apparently they didn't like that name for some reason. Nothing wrong with Dumbarton, it's a wonderful place, but that's Meghan for you. But now, having become very friendly, of course, with senior members of the British monarchy, predominantly Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie, she's realised, having talked to them, just how useful a title can be, particularly when you're trying to place yourself in the workplace or move in the correct circles. Meghan, if nothing else, has become something of a social climber ever since she realised what the word meant. And that truly is the reason why they want to persist and clutch hold of the title. You'll notice at this forthcoming event where she's speaking at a hotel in downtown Indiana that basically, she's billed as Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, because quite frankly, what could you put? Meghan, X of Suits. Who remembers that? You know what I mean? Not even a leading part role. Or how about the girl from Deal or No Deal? Or perhaps Meghan Bimbo? Who knows? These are all the things that she's attributed to herself in a career. But as I say, it's really down to the fact that she saw exactly, having become, or befriended, should we say, Beatrice and Eugenie, how useful those titles are to them. And let's not forget that their father, Prince Andrew, had to push very hard to make sure that his children were given the titles that he perceived. And it has been incredibly useful for them moving forward. Something that's not gone bypassed with Meghan. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.